Rich Tehrani with TMC. We're with Tony Robson of Aeroflex. Tony, how are you?
I'm good, Rich. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Tell us a little bit about what your company does.
Hey, Aeroflex is a specialist in infrastructure and communications test in manufacturing sorry, I shouldn't look around. And our benchtop instrumentation for R&D. Today at CTIA we're launching 2 new products. Those products are our new Phase 5 manufacturing test platform, which is here. To date, our test platforms have been used to manufacture 3 billion mobile handsets, and so our Phase 5 platform, as it sounds, is our 5th generation equipment in that same field. Key parts of the Phase 5 platform is a signal generator which has pretty much the widest bandwidth of any instrumentation available in the PXI format. PXI it also has a phase noise which is -135 dBc per hertz. It's a 20 kilohertz offset, which again is the lowest the lowest phase noise in a PXI format. We couple it with an arbitrary waveform generator, which gives us 200 megahertz of modulated bandwidth. Again, the widest bandwidth available in a PXI format, and wider than the typical 160 megahertz available from other vendors in both PXI and desktop instrumentation. The wider bandwidth allows us to do a few more things, multi-carrier, 80+80, with spacing of the waveforms to cover more of the available options, so a very flexible platform. Coupled to it then is a 3070A, which is an RF digitizer.
Can I just interject really quickly here before you continue? Can you just give me a brief overview, the solution or the problems that you're solving for your customer?
Well, our customers are the manufacturers and the contract manufacturers making mobile handsets and other high volume products such as tablets. Their problems are simply one of test time, the cost of test, and the speed of test. So they need to have very accurate measurements. They need to have those measurements taken very quickly, very reliably, and with a very high degree of right first time. So any loss of performance in our equipment means a loss of throughput or a loss of yield, and that to them means dollars. So the more performance we can deliver, the faster speed that we can deliver, then the better the throughput they get through their factories. As I say, with $3 billion handsets tested by this platform, then we pretty much consider ourselves a leader in the PXI field in cellular test. Communications test, a little bit newer, but again, this Phase 5 platform gives us the same USPs as we would have for cellular test.
Now, why do companies choose to work with Aeroflex as opposed to other solutions they may find?
Well, we'd claim to be the fastest, and since that pretty much is the final say in deciding which vendor is best, is throughput through the factory, and since we're fastest, we'd argue then that we'd be the best. Now, we have, like any other solution, there are degrees of complexity, and of course not every vendor chooses us, but clearly the right number do, and we're, as I say, we've been longest in PXI manufacturing test of any of the vendors out there.
Excellent. Now, I cut you off in the middle there. You want to just finish up with that, please?
Well, the 3070A is basically it's the sister of the signal generator. It has 160 megahertz bandwidth. That's an instantaneous 160 megahertz bandwidth, not multiple 80s or 20s stitched together. And we would claim that gives a better quality of measurement, less uncertainties in the measurement, and in a future world where we're delivering gigabit streams over wireless LAN using MIMO technologies, then they will have to have 160 megahertz true bandwidth. So that's again pretty much a unique feature of our 3070A digitizer. This is our PXI Studio. This gives you a window on what our platform is doing. You can see the 160 megahertz signal. You can see the spectral mask of that. And here you can see the constellation. That's a 780 megabit per second data stream, and we're delivering a residual EVM of between 0.3 0.4%. Low EVM means higher yield. Higher yield means less cost for our customers. Over here we have PXI Maestro. A PXI Maestro sits on top of the PXI 3000 platform, all of its modules, including Phase 5. And what it does is deliver the intelligence of looking at test plans and deciding what test plans can be carried out in parallel using multi-core processors, and delivers the result faster. So the message with PXI Maestro is we can test GSM phones, we can test 4 phones in 40 seconds, so 10 seconds per phone. That compares with some factories, some customers we visit are currently taking 2 to 3 minutes per phone to test. So PXI 3000, the Phase 5 modules, and Maestro together, we're able to deliver a very significant improvement in speed, performance for our customers.
What are you seeing in the LTEA market?
LTEA, my products are intended mainly, or these ones we're talking about today, are for manufacturing test. LTEA is not in manufacturing test. At the moment, Aeroflex is rolling out LTE into the R&D labs for handset development design, chipset development design, and our TM500 range would be the product which I think you'll be talking about to one of my colleagues shortly. In manufacturing test, we're catching the wave now for LTE. Still the majority of handsets which are manufactured today are 2G, 3G, GSM 3G handsets. That's still the wave, but LTE is mounting. China itself is a huge market for us. The China government is now licensing LTE to the Chinese operators, so there'll be a huge LTE wave in manufacturing test, and LTEA is still a few years away in the manufacturing in the factories.
Anything else we should know about your company or the future?
I think you're just about to hear from one of my colleagues about our exciting developments in infrastructure test and capacity test. But I think from Aeroflex, the best message to take away is we give our customers more, and we will keep on doing that.
Thanks for your time.
Thank you.